Big question for Billy Napier and the Florida Gators. Over under win total set at 7.5 at FanDuel Sportsbook. Over at plus 104, under at minus 128. Bud, what are we doing with the Gators?
Regretfully, although I've bet some of this team to win the national title, I'm going under.
The Florida Gators?
Yeah, I just think I was serious about
the emotional hedge too.
No, I think if they stayed fully healthy, they are like a team that could be as good as any team in the country. Like Billy Napier's done a really nice job building the roster, like height, weight, speed wise. Thought he made the right move last year with changing the defensive coordinator. Like he shouldn't be giving up a 40-burger to Miami. Well, Miami had Cam Ward and pretty good receivers, but to A&M at home is egregious to do that. But I'm going under just, man, is everybody on this team hurt?
It feels that way.
They have a soft start. I get it. And they might be totally healthy, but I do worry a little bit about missing these reps now. You read the scrimmage reports, Lagway still wasn't in there. I mean, that's not like a 2-day little calf injury now. And, you got receivers who are going to have to play for them. They're not playing right now. And LJ McCray held out. And I'm just, man, some of these dudes are the guys who I really need to be healthy and cooking from not day one, but by week 3 when they head to Baton Rouge, if this team's going to do something. And so I wish I had better health reports on them because I would be over easily, but I don't. So I'm going to go under.
I'm getting a lot of hate from Florida fans this week because of what I said on the TV show last week about them being number 12 in our rankings, our CBS Sports 136. And I stand by everything I said in that clip. But the context missing from that clip is I have Florida 17, which is where I think the kind of range they should be, not at 12. So I don't think this team stinks. I am slightly over on their win total, but as Bud has gone over, there are some serious concerns about taking that over because of the injuries that seemingly who knows how many guys have gotten hurt just since this show started. I'm going to guess at least one. We'll find out afterwards. But if they're healthy by the time the season starts and they could stay healthy, big if, this is a very talented team. I like the offensive line. I think particularly the defense has a chance to be really, really good. So even if they have injuries on offense, I don't know how incredible the offense needs to be for them to be in a lot of games every Saturday. I think the defense has a chance to be one of the best units in the conference. So because of that, I think there's a certain floor. It's just whether or not they can reach that ceiling will definitely depend on the health and definitely depend on that offense. So I've got them 8-4, 7-5 is very much in play, but so is 9-3, 10-2, 11-1.
If you told me DJ Lagway was going to be healthy every game, I'd go over. I have zero faith that's going to happen.
Easily.
And then that's when I think Bud's play comes into if you told me that, I might sprinkle a little something on there in the national title. Because I do think to Bud's point, I think the roster is made up where you didn't have to rely on the portal too much. You got a lot of guys back. You got a lot of experience on the offensive line. You should be able to run the football. I also think some of how they manage DJ Lagway, and try to limit his exposure and just run the ball a little bit more traditionally. I would try to do that. I would recommend that. If I was Billy Napier, I'm sure he's aware of that. Schedule's brutal. So I'm on the under.
But you still see him 6-6 bowl team, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to fall off. I do think that Billy Napier's players do like playing for him. Last year was a great example. They could have thrown in the towel last year. Other thing that concerns me, and we've talked a lot about this, Graham Mertz was a great luxury to have in case Lagway did get hurt. Harrison Bailey, very much a question mark.
And not the guy they wanted.
Right.
They wanted Deshaun Purdy, who ended up at Wake to compete for the starting job. Bailey is a major downgrade, and they do not like their backup quarterback situation.
Right.
I know in the chat, they're oh, they just need a Greg McElroy type to manage the game. I do not think that's the case. I think they need Lagway to be healthy to go over.
I would agree with that. I think they tie their shoes and win 5-6 games, but being able to tap into
with Lagway?
Yeah, I think that they can win 5 or 6 games tying their shoes. Even if Lagway is out there and just has to, the left side of the offensive line is going to just maul people. They can be there. I think they're going to be able to run the football. I think they've got good core foundations. This house has got like a good foundation. And Danny, to your point, do you know what fact I use to speak to the vibes of Billy Napier and his connection with the locker room? They haven't lost a lot of guys to the portal. You know, like talented future NFL draft picks. If they really thought that this thing was falling apart, and they could have checked out, they could have hit the portal, but they were able, whether it's either by spending or just good old fashioned relationship, like they've been able to keep this team together. So I've got them slightly under. I think what hurts is the games that I have determined as toss-ups at Miami, at Texas A&M, at Ole Miss, Tennessee. 3 of those 4 are on the road. You know, like if you flip 2 of those and it's 3 home, 1 away, maybe I'm going more for an 8-4, but I've got this pretty sharply pegged as a 7-5 type campaign. So slight under here, but again, ceiling and floor, ceiling much higher. I think the floor is pretty high too, but ultimately the health issues are too much.
You can tell Chip's been coaching a lot of 5-year-olds because he's very concerned about his players tying their shoes.
That's right.